comparing aquatic plant Elodea Densa with that of Hornwort. Some particular differences that you may never even thought of. Okay, so let's dig deep into this share. Stay tuned. Hi everybody, welcome again to another episode of Fish Keep in Jamaica. Welcome to my channel. Okay, so this is my broodstock pond, the pond in which I keep tilapia, tongue twister, my tilapia breeding stock. These fish supposed to give me young ones, and I am supposed to use these as a means of um, showing up my stock. Okay, so in this pond you have both Hornwort and you have Elodea Densa. Right, I'm looking for the Elodea Densa, and why I have to look for the Elodea Densa is that Elodea Densa doesn't like light. Right, it doesn't like light. Well, it doesn't like a lot of light. So you having Elodea Densa in your aquarium, the Elodea Densa will mop up all of the excess nitrites within your aquarium space, and any other mineral compound that may not be favorable to your fish, the Elodea Densa will actually consume it. For example, I shared with you in a research that has been done that Elodea Densa is known to actually make wastewater, water that comes from individual homes, sewage treatment plant, what I call it, drinkable or usable again after placing several amount of Elodea Densa within the plant, within the sewage, a container with sewage. What the Elodea Densa does, it actually aid in purification of that. All right, so Elodea Densa, Hornwort. Okay, another interesting feat about Elodea Densa is that Elodea Densa is lighter in weight than Elodea Densa is heavier in weight. Elodea Densa is heavier in weight than Hornwort, right? When I say light, I mean like density. You also have different type of Elodea Densa, and you have different type of Hornwort, right? Okay, cool. Another thing is that when Elodea Densa pushes out of the water, within a couple hours it becomes brown, dry, and it just decays. As far as Hornwort is concerned, what happens is that it becomes a little brownish, right? And it will not protrude much naturally within that space. It will actually fall back down automatically. Elodea Densa, I'm gonna have to look at the different types of Hornwort, because this is a total different strain of Hornwort than this one, right? So probably I might do another video on that. Okay, Elodea Densa doesn't like light, so when it gets too bright, what will happen is that it will actually sink to the pond or within the water space, trying to ditch itself from the excessive light. However, because it is more denser in it weighs more than Hornwort, what will happen is that it will not really weigh more only, but it's like a vacuum cleaner for nutrients, right? So some persons might say that it will actually kill the other plants within the system. Well, not really kill. What it will do, it will actually starve the other plants within the system of the nutrients, because it's just a vacuum for nutrients, right? It consumes nutrients because of its extensive good ability. Wow, mosquitoes. Right? Now Elodea Densa, as I shared with you before, it doesn't like much light, right? Not liking light, what will happen is that Elodea Densa will sink, and over time, unlike other plants like probably hornwort, which will get brown or white and will actually die. Let me show you an example. This is a pond in which I have some emboma in, right? And this is not effect of I have both Elodea Densa and Hornwort in it, right? And it's not because of algae nor lack of sunlight why it is like this. Yeah, yes, practically it's because of lack of sunlight. Why it is brown. Notice it's kind of brown in color in comparison to the one that is floating at the top. It's really pretty green. Alright, let me see if I can find another one. This is another hornwort, right? Hornwort not getting enough sunshine. It will actually becomes brown, starts shed the leaf, and then it eventually dies. And one of the reasons why this is like this is because it found itself beneath some amount of Elodea Densa, which is strange because normally when I go into my pond, I would see the Elodea Densa at the bottom of the pond, right, or at the bottom, and the hornwort at the top, right. Sometimes I do come around and I stir the pond, so therefore chances are that's the reason why it's beneath. But whenever the hornwort finds itself underneath the Elodea Densa, it's very difficult for it to actually push its way to come back up. Unlike the Elodea Densa, when anytime it wants to come up, it will find its way back up. It's not the hornwort is not as aggressive as the Elodea Densa. A thing to point out also is that I shared this in a video before. Elodea Densa have different colors depending on where within the water space you find it, right? Elodea Densa is consumed by fish stock, right? For example, this right here, all of this evidence of fish actually eating the Elodea Densa leaf. The Elodea Densa leaves are not totally eaten. They mostly eat off the section that is dark green, right? Unlike the hornwort, right? Fish stock doesn't consume the hornwort. Hornwort doesn't have the amount of nutritional value that the fish will actually gravitate to in comparison to the Elodea Densa, right? And there's a lot of things on the Elodea Densa that will attract the fish, right? Because on the Elodea Densa alone there are several microscopic organisms. I did a video on that and I shared that with you, and what I saw, and that I saw some things moving, and that kind of attracts the snails also. So the snails will actually go on top of the plant, and it actually consume whatever is on the plant that is microscopic, right? In comparison to the Elodea Densa, there's nothing really on the Elodea Densa for much consumption, nutritional value, that is, right? It's very fine, and the fish is not like loving it like how they would like the Elodea Densa. Now, as far as aquatic plants is concerned, hornworts are always floating at the top of Elodea Densa. Elodea Densa, as I shared with you before a few minutes ago, Elodea Densa is normally found beneath, hiding away from the sun. Hornwort plants love the sun, love light. Without the absence of light, you find that it starts to become brown, white, and then it just die, right? So you'll find the Elodea Densa hide behind the hornwort until when it's ready, it will actually surface a little bit, get a little sunshine, and then it will go back down, right? Yeah, and this is how it operates. Now, all of this here is mostly hornwort, but hornwort is just on the surface. But beneath the hornwort, hornwort, is a lot of Elodea Densa. Well, most of them are being eaten, right? Thank you for stopping by, guys. I'm gonna do a video on the different strain of Hornwort very soon. Thank you for stopping by. I hope that you understand that plants do require a different amount of sunlight, and depending on where your pond is at, the plant might be more visible than the other. The darker plants, right, well, darker Elodea Densa normally at the base of the pond, and the lighter color ones are normally at the top. So this is another video, guys. Peace out. Catch you next time. Bye bye.